So, yeah, you're going to do the washing up?
No problem.
You can wash the glasses, okay?
Very. Hi, my name is Dilesh Tanna. I am 29 years old. I live in Edinburgh. I currently work for Hilton. It's been over 6 months. It's been over 6 months since I've been working for Hilton. We are currently sitting in my bedroom. With me being a superstar in this picture behind me. As you can see from here, we went to Paris in 2004. With the avatar behind me. That's me during my school days back in the 90s. And these are the colleges that my uncles put together for my birthday. So as you can notice, the top one is for the 16th birthday. This is for my 18th. And this is for my 20th. Now, we got a certificate here saying independent traveler. As you can see, the famous shall be mentioned on here. And this is actually a certificate from Barnet Council themselves for certifying me to become an independent traveller when I first started out during my supported internship at Public Health England, PhD. So I started off on doing some voluntary work for I started off at Oxfam, for example. So I did some voluntary work for Oxfam by sorting out the charitable goods like clothes to electronic devices and so on. From there, I went on to do some more work experience with my mom as a DWP. Again, that was a staggered work experience as I did that work experience with my mom on in different years, in different multiple years. And then from there, I went and did some work for a chemist up in Temple Fortune. That was again digital coursework I was doing at college. From there, I moved on to I moved into a government-funded recruitment agency called 5E Limited, which is based in Coderre-LaPalme. I was there for a good few months before I got myself enrolled onto the project supporting internship with Public Health England. But once I came out of that, once the internship finished and I came out of it, they actually kept me on. They actually kept me, theoretically kept me on. They actually created a award for me to become the ambassador business support for the actual program. But that job was on a fixed term contract. We initially got extended, but then I was made redundant in that job because of the COVID kicking in. But once the COVID kicked in and I was out of the job, I was out of a job for at least 2.5 years before this job at Hilton came up.
Have any of these jobs been paid jobs? Did you get a salary?
So for PhD, I was getting paid.
Okay.
And for Hilton, I'm getting paid as well.
The others you didn't get paid?
No.
And were any of these jobs permanent jobs, or were they all?
They were always fixed term contract jobs. But I think that's kind of getting out. I think for now, that's now getting a very much annoying for me, as I'm trying to look for like a permanent job given to me, so I'm not keep on moving employers all the time.
And what's that been like, applying for jobs?
Applying for jobs has been hard going for me. Because I've applied for many jobs in the NHS but I've never received any feedback, or I've never received any callbacks for any feedback or why I have not been given a job. They might be considerate and responsive to people with non-disabilities, but at the same time, organizations like the NHS are not very responsive when it comes to people with disabilities.
And how many jobs do you think you've applied for so far since leaving college? Roughly.
I think roughly on an estimate, I can say it has been 20 jobs.
And how many times have they come back to you?
None. The Royal National Orthopedic Hospital. Now, I went for an interview with them. I think the interview lasted for at least 10 minutes. And they asked me many questions. And one of the questions was based around key performance indicators, meaning the KPIs. Now, when I first got the job and I looked at the job description and the process specification, nothing about the KPIs was mentioned in there. But when I went for an interview, I was asked a question on that, and that sort of knocked me back to think, why am I being asked such a question when nothing of such was mentioned in both the job description and in the process specification. So I came home to my parents about it, about this entire situation, and I actually took it up with one of the local councillors. When I took it up with him, he said that he'll push the buttons and get the responses out to them. But I think this local council it's all talk but no action. Both the local councillors and the local councils do not actually provide any support or guidance in helping people with needs to get into paid employment.
So that's really lacking. That's something you would like to change.
Yes, I would actually like I would like both the local councils and the local councillors to actually make a adjustment in helping people in getting people with needs into jobs.
Do you put on your CV that you have a learning disability?
I haven't done that, and I think over the previous times we have been to many workshops and things based around building up CVs and things. They've always stated never to mention or disclose your disability on your CV, just in case some employees might, just in case of the fact that certain employees might pick that up and might use that against you to discriminate you.
Yeah. And why do you think they would discriminate against you?
Because these employees do not have a clear understanding of what disability is. Firstly, they don't have a clear understanding of what disability is and what it means. And secondly, they don't know what people with disabilities go through in life. I think there were like an ulterior motive behind it as well. And I think that ulterior motive is just because they look at us, these employees just look at people with disabilities and notice them in a much more negative light than the positive light. So disabilities are widely known in many legislations like the Hospital Canons and so on. So there's something out there for disabilities in terms of legislations, but in the wider world, there's a lack of improvement for disabilities in workplaces. So getting us guys into jobs within hospitals and so on. I think there's still like a communication barrier or miscommunication being formed and that's kind of difficult when getting into jobs.
Do you think employers are not following the law?
Exactly. I find that employees are not following the law. I find employees are not following the law, in making adjustments to get people with disabilities in autism into paid employment.
Are all employers the same? Do you think they all behave in the same way?
I think they do.
So what do you think their idea of an ideal worker is?
I think their opinion of the ideal worker is someone who's got no disabilities or is a non-disability person. That's kind of sad, and it's also discrimination as well again. Because I think people with disabilities or people with neurodiverse needs, they also have a right to survive. They also have a right to work. So why do you differentiate between people with disabilities to people who don't have disabilities?
You sound angry.
Definitely, yes, I do.
What is it about it that makes you angry?
The reason this makes me angry is because I know I'm very articulated and I can speak up. Now, if this was, for example, if I was put in this case, I would like to speak up for it. Whereas if there are people out there like me who cannot speak up for themselves, then how do you expect them to survive and work without the required support they need? So politicians, I would like them to actually make some political decisions, to make some positive political decisions in providing that required support and guidance and getting people like me into paid employment.
Do you think they have a big role to play in?
Yes, I think the reason they have a big role to play is because politicians out there have so many vast contacts out there in various fields and industries, and they can reach out to them, but for them to reach out to them, they say, we need you to get these people into paid employment. Can you help? If they say yes, let's go for it. If they say we need more training, we will give training. And if they require further training in getting us into jobs, we will give the training to get us into jobs.
Do you have a final message?
Yes, I do. The final message here is, guys, just work, be patient, work, and just get people with neurodiverse needs into paid employment. As they say, there's very little percentage of getting people with neurodiverse needs into jobs. And I just want to push that boundary to increasing that percentage into getting neurodiverse people, new people with neurodiversities into paid employment, and just work at them, push them, encourage them, and get them into jobs, because they are also worth living as well if they get a job.
Anything else you want to add?
That's it.
That's it. Well done.
Well done, Dilesh. Thank you.
Well done, darling.